Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another freezing cold June day, and I've got my gloves on again. Today I'm out on this, the Cloudsto, I don't know what this is, Cloudsto Voyager. I can't even remember what this is, but basically, yeah, we're out on this. So this is like a 250 watt torque pedal assist. It's way slower than the other bike, I can tell you now. I'm feeling like I'm out of breath already. Anyway, guys, I want to say a big thanks to all of you guys for the support and stuff. You know, from the last video where I mentioned, yeah, I'd lost one of my dogs and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, big up to everyone. It's amazing to see, you know, sometimes you forget because you're on the other side of it, but you guys are wicked, man. I really appreciate all the comments. Anyway, guys, what I was going to chat about today was my sort of little journey in terms of, you know, how I got into YouTube, how the whole thing kind of like ended up with me working for myself and everything else. So wind it back to about what, 2012, 2011. What I did was I actually started a website which basically kind of like drop ships and products, stuff from just cheap stuff really from China. So I kind of like ordered some, you know, samples, bits and pieces as I was going, and I just listed like loads of products on this website. This website was powered by Amazon, but it wasn't like fulfilled by Amazon or anything like that. It was just literally products drop shipped in from China on this website. Problem is, you know, you do that, you're never going to get anyone come to the website because you've got to promote things. So that was just kind of like a bit dormant, and I was like, oh, you know, this is not going to work. So I had the website, which is still going today, it's cloudsto.com, and I was just kind of doing my usual kind of flicking around the internet, just looking at different products and seeing what I could, you know, just check this is still recording, yeah. Just looking around the internet, just seeing, you know, interested in stuff. At that point I was actually a web developer. I was doing some web developing work for a company, and I was just bored, absolutely bored shitless. So you know, this is why I was kind of flicking around on the internet looking for stuff. So I came across these little mini PCs, little Android mini PCs that plugged into your TV, like little stick, like what you would know now as like a Fire Stick type thing, back in the day. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. And then I found out that you could actually, there was a little bit of a small community kind of trying to shoehorn Linux onto these little devices. So yeah, I was like, that is right up my street, I'm gonna have a go. So what I thought I'd do, to try and, because these products were quite new and there wasn't really anyone else sort of selling them, there was like a couple of companies doing it, like Rico Magic was one of them, which I'm partnered with now still, to this day. And yeah, basically I thought, right, I need to get on this. So I listed them on my website, and started to try and drop ship those. And then to try and kind of like funnel in traffic to the website, what I did was I started a forum that discussed this product because it was quite new, and also I wanted to try and get developers and people that are interested in that sort of thing have like a place where they could sort of discuss it. So I created this forum called the Rico Magic Forum, and to get that going I managed to get the company Rico Magic on their AliExpress page to link to the forum. Now, because these products were quite popular and lots of people were interested in them, and they were doing pretty well, Rico Magic, selling them on AliExpress, they had a link to my forum. So naturally everyone searching that product found that forum and joined it. So I was getting like thousands of people join really quickly, and it was wicked. We had like loads of people on the forum, like there's people discussing loads of different categories. And then added to that, what started to happen was the products were increasing and improving as time was going on. So, you know, they were, there's a whole bill up here, let's look what they're doing, walking down here. Never see a copper there. Anyway, right, pause. Right. Anyway, probably looking for stuff in the river. Anyway, yeah, so the products were kind of improving all the time. So they were getting faster, the CPUs were getting better. Company called Rock Chip, which is obviously still going today, they were just like relentless. They were just pushing new system on chips, and it was getting faster and faster. So you saw this massive like increase in sort of technology, the power of the computer, basically, the little mini PCs. So they got to a point where eventually it sort of plateaued. But in the background, we were doing a lot of stuff with like getting Linux onto these devices and running full desktops on them. So, you know, they were obviously designed for Android, but they, you know, we managed to sort of get Linux on it, which meant that you could have like, you know, a proper full desktop in a computer that was like that big, and it was pretty quick, you know, faster than a Raspberry Pi, which was quite good at the time. But also the Raspberry Pi was just a main board. It wasn't like, it didn't have anything really at the time. It was just, it didn't have a case, it didn't have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. That sort of came later. But at the time, yeah, we had like basically little computers that you could plug in a box, like all nicely packaged. You know, the package you just took out of the box, plugged it in, all the HDMI leads included, and power supply, and didn't need an SD card, didn't need to install an operating system on it. So we did two versions of this product. We did like, obviously the Android one that Rico Magic were doing, but also we were doing a Linux version. So that just started to rock and roll, done really well, just like unbelievable, like just sitting there watching orders just rolling in. So that was my first little glimpse of kind of e-commerce success. And then it sort of like went into like sort of wholesale trade orders, that sort of stuff. So yeah guys, I don't know what was going on with that GoPro. It's been super weird, like it just froze. GoPros just drive me nuts. I'm in need of a coffee, bad. Well, that's ridiculous. I haven't got any cash, so they don't take anything other than cash. Cash back at the cost of £1. Right, sorted. So where was I? So yeah, I was basically saying, wasn't I, that I'd done that website and I'd kind of got a load of trade orders and stuff like that, and that was kind of where it was going. So at that point, I was really just kind of, I was like kind of freewheeling. I was loving like the orders coming in. Like there were some pretty insane orders, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty crazy, like 5,000 pieces at a time and stuff like that. So yeah, I made quite a bit of cash and paid a hell of a lot of tax on it as well. So then I started to look around, like, because I could kind of afford to, you know, experiment with different projects and stuff like that. I'd always wanted to kind of get into electric vehicles because, you know, I did actually at one point for about 5 years I did work for a company called Flight Power, and we kind of grew that, and that was basically specialising in like lithium polymer batteries. So we did a lot of that. It was like radio controlled model. So that's where all the kind of drone stuff comes from on the channel. You see, you know, I've been into RC because I was basically, that was my job for a little while. And prior to that, I was doing kind of electronics. I was doing like PCB soldering and all that sort of stuff. I did broadcast audio engineering at college, so hence where the sort of audio side of things comes from on the channel. And then I did have a little stint of like two years doing running a recording studio. So that, what we used to do there was like kind of, you know, make tunes, put them out on vinyl and sell them. So we had a bit of like distribution sort of thing going on. And so that's how I learned a lot about, like, you know, reselling stuff and all of that. And also managed the top 40 hit as well, which was pretty in and out the charts at like number 28. So yeah, I've been about, I've done a few different things, but really that's when like the YouTube thing kind of kicked off, because it was the e-bike stuff that did it. You know, I'd kind of built that enduro bike, that first one that I built, the high power one. I sort of built that up, and yeah, everyone was kind of like really interested in that on YouTube. So at that point there wasn't really many people doing stuff about e-bikes, electric bikes. So that's probably why I kind of filled that little niche there. But obviously now there's like hundreds of people doing it. So, you know, but the DIY thing was, I'm just literally walking around in a circle, by the way, because I've got where I want to be on the bike. Anyway, and the channel really has always been just a place where I kind of just do my stuff. and you know, I'm not really sort of, it's never been like, oh right, this is just going to be the sole reason I'm doing this channel is to drive traffic to a website. You know, it helps. It's always been there as like an extra thing, and now it is actually one of the main sort of drivers of traffic to, you know, my websites and all the stuff that I do. But yeah, I don't really see it like that. I kind of think about what I'm doing, what I want to show you guys as like fun stuff and things that I like, I want to share, and I've always been like that. So doing it on the platform has given me that little outlet. Right guys, I'm going to cut in here because I totally forgot to mention about KIRBEBIKE. I was talking about the channel. So basically what happened was I was doing the e-bike conversion stuff, like just for myself, and I just thought, again, like this could be quite a good little venture. So I just literally started doing the kits, selling the kits on my website. So like I got a kind of drop ship agreement with like the supplier at the time. And yeah, we just started just seeing how it went, and then we obviously included some other products like Sabvatons and other bits around, you know, around the e-bike stuff. But about 2 years ago, we separated that because, you know, it was kind of weird. Like you come to the Cloudsto.com website and you'd see like mini PC stuff, and then you'd see like a load of e-bike kits and all that. It kind of don't really go together, and that's quite important for sort of marketing stuff. So we actually separated that out to a separate website, KIRBEBIKE.com, and yeah, we've kind of got I've got a lot closer with the supplier for the e-bike stuff, Jason. You've seen him you know, on the channel. So we've been, you know, working together for, I don't know now, it's probably like about 4 or 5 years now, something like that. So yeah, crazy times. But yeah, I mean that's been mad, like that whole journey, like doing the e-bike kits, and we're now sort of expanding out to more things as well. Started out with like the, you know, the sort of 1500 watt, 2000 watt kits, and now we're kind of doing everything. We've got some more exciting stuff happening with that. More kits, higher power kits, lower power kits, trying to get sort of a more mass market thing going. But yeah, so that's kind of where it's gone. Right, on the way back now guys, weather seems to have perked up a little bit. Funnily enough, there's a place over here, I don't know if it's still there, but this is where I used to work. I used to do a bit of like kind of surface mount engineering and stuff in there back in the day. Looks like it might be all this place now, the whole building, Silent Sentinel, whatever that is. Shout out to Michael West if you're watching, you know who you are. Funny old days, mate, wasn't it there? Oh, and Tom as well, how could I forget you, mate? Hope you're good, guys. It is such a pretty area around here though. So nice. Right guys, I'm nearly back, so I'm going to wind this one up now. Yeah, if you want to see more stuff like this, let me know. Let me know in the comments. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe, like, do that stuff. I'll catch you next time.